Welcome, moviegoers. How are we doing? Good, good. Do you have your ticket? All right, what do we have here? Real Swell. Good choice. You want to be in Auditorium 63? It's straight ahead and to the left. Enjoy. In 1997, a movie comes out and introduces us to a young Simon Templar who is an orphan who survives his time from home to home by using his cunning, his wit, his creativity, and his penchant for getting himself out of sticky situations. He has to develop all of these skills, again, because the different homes that he's been placed in don't treat him very well. And not that he is excessively mistreated, it's just the movie was giving you the picture that orphans in general just weren't treated very well, especially if you misbehaved. There was no teaching, there was no guidance, it was just punishment. And Simon, didn't really take kindly to that punishment. He just was a child, first of all. And then, secondly, it made a game out of it. How can I get away with this now? I understand that they don't like when I do this. I'm going to do it anyway, and then laugh at them as I trick them into letting me get away with it. We fast forward into Simon's adult life, and we learn that Simon Templar isn't actually his name. We never learn his name throughout this movie, but he is a master thief now, a master of disguise. He has honed his skills and his wit and his penchant for getting out of sticky situations, and he sells those skills to the highest bidder. Somebody needs something stolen, no matter what it is, he will find a way to retrieve it for them for, of course, a fee. He is contracted to steal plans for a cold fusion formula that Russia is developing. And he needs to get it before they can finish developing it. Because their plan, of course, is to dominate the world with it. So he runs into the scientist who's working on this particular formula, and he develops a relationship with her in order to get close and then get close to the formula so that he can take it. On the opposite side of that spectrum, we've got bad actors, even worse than just the Russian government, who want to use it for terrorism, the other side of that coin. So he needs to make sure that he can steal it, make sure it's going to the right people, but also make sure that this relationship he's building doesn't become personal and he doesn't feel bad for having stolen it from her. And that's kind of what happens. He tries his best to keep his distance from the scientist who he's fallen in love with at this point, and he still wants to help her finish or give her the time to finish the formula, because if put into the right hands, this clean, sustainable energy would actually be of good use and help to the world at large if it could be offered and maintained and handled responsibly. And that is her vision for it. Until, of course, she learns of all these other nefarious plans, him being an instrument of one of these nefarious plans. But Val Kilmer does an excellent job playing this role, and I didn't realize until just now that this is a follow up to Ghost in the Dark. Not a sequel, but the next movie he appears in. As far as I can remember, this is when I think of Val Kilmer movies, and the first one that I have any experience with, it's Ghost in the Darkness, and then there's The Saint. But I'd never realized they were also literally chronological, one right after the other. This is not only one of my favorite Val Kilmer movies, but it's also one of my favorite movies in general. It's a very good movie, and it's, I think, also one of the first instances where the protagonist is an antagonist at the same time. And there's that duality of right and wrong, morality, and should I be rooting for this person? He's clearly doing something bad, something illegal. He's clearly on the outside of the law in what he's doing, right? But he's doing it for a good cause, question mark. And it was, I think, my first again experience with trying to put those two things together, make them make sense. Make it make sense that this quote unquote bad guy is the good guy in this movie. I very much enjoyed this movie. I'm sure I've seen it at least a dozen times. It's probably been a few years since I've seen it, but every time I think back on it, I think about how good it is and how it's always that good whenever I see it. Thank you for coming to this screening of Real Swell. I hope you enjoyed. As you head out, I've got three things to ask of you. Number one, pick up your trash. These ushers don't get paid enough. Number two, make sure you are following so you don't miss the next screening. And number three, hit that heart for me. I'll see you all next time. Make sure you got your ticket.